visuals. That's an important part of your live shows. How involved are you with the visuals? Do you make them themselves, or is it something other people make for you? Or?
That's something completely new. We didn't have it until the last tour.
Finally, it's really cool.
Yeah, and it's one guy who is really good in programming beautiful things. I don't know how he even learned it, because he taught it himself. But
he's a genius. He's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. For one song, there was just you had this idea with the wolves, that it's these programmed wolves, kind of animated, and
this is really beautiful work, because I have images in my head and I articulate them, and he just creates it. Like I had that image in my head for our single Blues interview, that I was spinning in front of a sky that meanders from night to day and back. And our label people from Zinbus, they got us this person, and he is just making it happen.
Yeah. And do you already have the visuals in mind when you hear the song, or is that something that just comes with the process?
No, it comes with the process, really. Or no, it shifts with the process. It changes.
Yeah.
Because at first I have because it's so important in a demo version, a song, the same song, can create a complete opposite image, because there's so many things missing. For instance, the drums or the strings, or it's a different key or something. And so the whole mood is different. And then you work on it, you play with it, you play around with it, you play even longer, and then it changes, and then and the final version gives the image.
Yeah, cool. And then the new album. What really got out was like you already said, like you felt that you had more space to do creatively with the new album, and I really could hear the different, like I wouldn't say different genres, but the songs were like every time the total opposite. Like when I listened to the track list, the first song, Lancelot, was very mellow, if you know what I mean, and then the second song, Gun, was really upbeat and happy, and then the other song was a little bit dark. And you know, was that like the way you track listed that album, was that like did you do that on purpose, or?
That's a very interesting fact that I didn't even think of.
Yeah, maybe it feels a bit different for us.
Maybe I looked into it too much. That's also.
I mean, we discussed the track listing a lot, and but the most important thing was to build a red line that goes like through the whole album.
Yeah.
But of course, we're aware of having a lot of different styles in that album, and we thought about it a lot. And first, we thought maybe it's too much, but
what is too much? Maybe
the different sound sound pictures, kind of, but it's not. I think. I mean, for us, the guitar was a really new element in the music, and that changed the songwriting and the whole sound. But while recording, I think it felt really good to combine all that, and not to say, okay, we have to make a guitar album that's something different than this one.
Yeah. Because I was already really wondering, where do you guys get your inspiration from?
So, from emotion, like emotion that can be created in so many different ways, like intense moments in my life I have to articulate, I have to digest them that way. That's just very personal, everything's super personal. And sometimes I make fun of my own self, such as in the song Gun, for instance. Like, because I can be a bit, I can be like a little child, and I can be very dominant and I want you to feel that. I want you to do that and stuff. And sometimes I sit back and think like, this is really funny. Like you're a grown-up woman and you do know better. So, and sometimes I'm very, very sad, and then, yeah, I write a sad song.
Yeah, and that's where the inspiration for your lyrics has come from.
Yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, because I was also wondering, why did you guys choose to sing in English and not in German?
I mean, that's very easy. 2 reasons. The first reason is that English is the fucking pop language to me, and I've got, like when I was little, and I think with you too, we never listened to German acts, never ever. Like all the acts or bands we were interested in were like 90% or 95% or something.
Yeah. Or if
English.
it was German bands, then they wouldn't sing in German. You know,
exactly.
Like English singing.
Like we were no Rammstein kids or stuff like that. No. And or Nena, like Neue Deutsche Welle or something. Nothing. And the second reason is we want to go out there. We want to leave the fucking country because we're not too keen on playing only in Germany, because Germany is a difficult country. Like for pop music, it's a bit behind everything else.
For touring, it's pretty cool. But yeah, not in.
It's getting better though. It's getting better right now.
You can tour in German for like a week.
Exactly.
Here in Holland, you'll be done in max 2 days.
Yeah, max 2 days. Yeah. So we want to do it.
You can even tour a lot longer in Germany if you really play all the smaller cities. And we do it. It's cool, but it's great to be to have the possibility to go. Come here or go to the UK.
Exactly, like we want to speak to more people than only to German-speaking people.
But doesn't it make it more difficult for you guys to express yourself? Because me, for instance, no, not at all. Because maybe it's easier to express yourself in your mother tongue. But
no, it's a tool. Like it's like a toy. Like language is another toy. Like a guitar is a toy, a drum kit is a toy, and language is another toy. We recently wrote a German song. Yeah, and we were gonna play it tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that to make a German song?
It was cool actually, because as you know, it was English at first, and then I translated it like word by word, and it works. It still works.
And immediately the whole sound changes. You know, you don't change the instruments or anything, but just the sounding of the language changes everything. That was really remarkable.
Yeah.
So is it something you will maybe do more in the future, or is it like one project?
No, we're just at the beginning. We don't know. No idea. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know.
Yeah. And we just talked about the fact that there was a big gap between the first and this album. But I heard you're already working on your 3rd album now.
Yeah.
What made it that this time you?
Because I have a very specific story to tell. I have a story to tell that happened 2015, and it's very private. And how you say? Like I chiffered it. I put a chiffre on it so that it's not too much. Too
obvious.
Too obvious. Yeah. Thank you. But it's almost like a concept album, and we don't even know the frame, in what frame we will release it. But we know that we want to do it together, but maybe even with more musicians, maybe under a different name, maybe not. We're still looking, but there are many songs already written.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you already work with more musicians?
No, not really. Like sometimes we have strings, but...
What is that like? Because I can imagine like you're always with just the 2 of you, and then like some outsider comes in. Like what is it like?
I love it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean it's with the strings. We played in a church in Berlin a few weeks ago, and that was like sound-wise it was really difficult, but it's great to have those difficult shows too, and to have those new elements, and it makes you fresh again when you're on tour and you're playing the same set like the 20th time or something. Then it's really cool to always you know, change things and to change the setting too.
Yeah. And I was also wondering, did you always know you could sing?
No.
What suddenly were you just like, oh my god, I sound good? What is?
I didn't think that I could sing until 3 years ago or something. Yeah, I sang and I did it and people liked it, but I didn't like when you would have asked me like 5 years ago, I would say like I'm not there. I'm not there yet. Now I think I'm much more in control, and I think I've almost reached my 80% that I can do, like the best stuff I can do. But I'm still missing about 20%. I can be much better, and I have to train and I have to work. So
you're taking lessons or not?
Maybe I should take again, because yeah, I had a time when I had lessons for half a year or even a bit longer.
But really late, right? Like a few years ago?
Yeah, like
not from the beginning.
2 years ago or something. Yeah.
And any idea when we already can expect the new album?
Hopefully.
No, I think you shouldn't say it now, because with the last album, with this current album, it was the same. Like we thought maybe in 2014, and now we have 2016.
But the ideal scenario would be in 2 years. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Like 2018.
Totally.
Well, looking forward to it. I want
Thank
to
you.
really thank you for the interview.
Thank you
for your
so
time.
much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.